Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and friends. I'm Yalini Samakumar, and this is Shruti Ramanathan, and we welcome you all to an evening of dance, music, art, and heritage.
Today is a very special and joyous occasion. It is a day to celebrate the triumph of dedication to achieve a magnificent goal, helped by the flame of idealistic ambition, propelled by sustained discipline, and forged by the brick and mortar of hard work.
It is a special privilege bestowed upon us to welcome you all to Ankita's Manchapravesh.
Manchapravesh literally means ascending the stage. The tradition is deeply steeped in the ancient Guru Shishya Parampara, teacher-discipline traditions, where teachings are transmitted from a guru to a shishya. At Manchapravesh, the student is required to demonstrate proficiency in all aspects of the dance through a solo performance after many years of training, and publicly thank the guru. It is a milestone in the student's commitment to the practice and teaching of this ancient, complex, and truly exquisite piece of art. The Guru. Guru Bikipta Panda is the founder and artistic director of Abhinaya Dance Academy, the sole institution in the greater Atlanta area dedicated to the preservation and propagation of the ancient art form of Odissi. Bikipta has over 3 decades of performance and teaching experience. Bikipta's deep-rooted lineage in Guru Deva Prasad Das and Guru Sri Bijoy Kumar Sanapati, along with a bachelor's and master's from Prayag Sangeet Samiti, Allahabad, gives her a holistic grounding in the nuances of the style. She has been a recipient of junior and senior national level scholarships. As a guru, she is known for her generosity in sharing her knowledge to kindle deep appreciation for the style. As a choreographer and performer, she collaborates with classical dancers and dance organizations of all styles for presentation and promotion of classical arts. She continues to indulge in the passion for Odissi and semi-classical styles, along with fellow participants and students, and take it to newer heights.
We begin the evening with the ceremonial lighting of the lamp and offer our humble salutations to Lord Jagannath, Lord Balabhadra, and Devi Subhadra.
To do the honors, we would like to invite our special guests for the evening.
Our first guest of honor is Mrs. Lira Raval. Lira ji is an acclaimed Kathak dancer and teacher. She has trained under the guidance of Kathak maestro Pandit Birju Maharaj and performed extensively all over the world. At present, she performs and also teaches Kathak at her dance school, Ira Lira School of Kathak Dance in Atlanta, Georgia.
We would like to invite upon stage Mrs. Hema Shilpa Upala. Hema ji is a Kuchipudi dancer, choreographer, and an operations director in an IT consultant firm. She has extensively performed in India and the US. Currently, Hema ji is a working actor in the American TV, film, and theater industry.
Our next guest of honor is Mrs. Sridevi Ranjit. Sridevi ji is a well-known dancer, choreographer, and teacher in the classical forms of Bharatanatyam, Mohiniyattam, Kuchipudi, and semi-classical. Sridevi ji has performed extensively all over the world. She currently resides in Atlanta and is the artistic director of Lassia School of Dance in Atlanta, Georgia.
We would like to invite our final guest of honor for the evening, Mrs. Mona Lisa Mohapatra. Mona Lisa G is a senior dancer and co-choreographer of Abhinaya Dance Academy. She is trained in Odissi under the guidance of Guru Deva Prasad Das and Guru Sri Niranjan Roth. She has completed her graduation in Odissi. She has performed all over India and the US as a solo artist and also as part of the group of Abhinaya Dance Academy, and continues to do so.
Lastly, please put your hands together for our chief guest of the evening, Mr. Vijay Vimalapalli. Vijay is currently the Secretary of the Board of Directors of VIVA USA and the President of VIVA India. He works at Equifax in Atlanta as a software engineer, but is well known in the Atlanta area as a volunteer for VIVA. He has been in VIVA since 1993 and has played a critical role in the growth of the organization on several fronts. Over the years, Vijay has been instrumental in forming the National VIVA Volunteer Network and starting the Atlanta Action Center. He's also a key member of the Project Selection Committee. He holds a doctorate in civil engineering from the Indian Institute of Technology, Mumbai, India.
We would like to request our chief guests and other dignitaries to kindle the lamp, to invoke the divine and make this evening a blessed one.
Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatye Namaha. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hearty congratulations to Ms. Ankita Das on her Mancha Pravesh on the auspicious day of Chaitri Navratri. Any form of art brings joy, joy which is everlasting. We wish Ankita that everlasting joy which she can experience through her dance. Our best wishes to Mrs. Bigipta Panda, who is a beautiful Odissi dancer, very loving, caring and helpful person. We danced together, all four of us, in 2016 for Telugu New Year, and we really had a very nice time dancing together. As we all know, Bigipta ji runs Abhinaya Dance Academy, so we wish her that many students take advantage of her teaching and bring forth our culture, our dance tradition, music to the next generation. Lord, we wish Lord Jagannath's grace and Guru's blessings be always on us. Thank you.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. I've known Bigipta since 2015. We worked in two projects, Glimpses and Shivarpanam. And even though my interaction with Mrs. Bigipta has been very brief, in Telugu we have a saying, to know how much the rice is cooked, you don't have to, test the whole handful. You just take a morsel and then you realize how well it is cooked. So those brief interactions, I can really compare that with my interactions with Bikita, because she's a wonderful person in heart. And to be a wonderful artist, I always believe that you have to be a very good human being. Only then you will be able to take the blessings from the Almighty, imbibe it through you, and through your soul, your art comes through. And I really appreciate all you parents who have taken Mrs. Bikita as the guru of your children, because she is the right choice to be promoting the form of Odissi. All kinds of forms, classical dance forms, are really special, and it's an honor for me to be an Indian, to be able to work with so many Indian artists. We have Bharatanatyam, Mohiniyattam, Odissi, Kathak, and we usually collaborate with many programs. So today I would like to pray to the Supreme Power to bless all of us, the parents especially, because our parents really took care of us, and today we are here because they took us to the dance classes, they motivated us to be the gurus that we are in our art forms. So the first main important thank you would be to all you parents to bring your children with the sole intention of promoting your cultural arts all the way from India in a foreign land. And I always pray that we all have the strength, the dedication, the motivation to go on and on. And I really congratulate Mrs. Bikita on her special day. And I bless Ms. Ankita, and I'm pretty sure she will be giving us a splendid performance, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me to this event. Bikita is a very good friend of me, and I know her for the past 5 years, right? And we have done many performances together. She is such a beautiful person, you can see that, and a graceful dancer. And I could say that she is one of the best teachers teaching in the style of dancing, Odissi, and promoting this art form in Greater Atlanta area. So I'm really happy and proud of her and her growth. And I'm here today for her students, Ms. Ankita Das Manchapravesh. Manchapravesh, or we say Araketram, is most comparable to a solo performance of an artist and showcasing the whole repertoire. It requires a lot of hard work, commitment, and dedication. So congratulations, Ms. Ankita and her parents and her guru, and all the very best. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, myself is Mona Lisa. I am co-dancer of Mrs. Bikita Panda. I just know her before 10 years, but I feel like I am connected to her from the beginning. I was waiting for that day. We were in many places in USA, but after coming over to Atlanta, I got her, and we get connected through our dance classes. Actually, whenever we will meet, our only topic, our only discussion, our heart talks about what to do, when to do, how to do it nicely to represent this culture, this love of our heart in front of everyone. And I really want to congratulate Bikita. It's very difficult for me to call her Bikita because usually I call her Neetu. And I want to congratulate Anku too. I am always proud to share the stage with her. She is like my daughter. I feel proud to get connected with these great dancers too. Every time we meet, I hear about some new programs, new topics, new achievements, and overall, I am so happy to in this journey with Ms. Bikita Panda. Thank you.
Alright, the day already started great with all these teachers on the stage and giving their wise words. and with Ankita's performance, it's going to become really special. So for that, on behalf of all of you, I would like to thank Praveer and Sibani for inviting us to this special day. Personally for me, I have seen a lot of Arangetrams and Ranga Praveshams in Kuchipudi and Bharatanatyam. This will be my first full-fledged opportunity to see a full-fledged Odissi performance. So I'm really looking forward to it. I did my studies in REC Durgapur in West Bengal. These days it is called NIT. So I have seen some of it. I have heard a lot of Rabindra Sangeet. I've seen some semi-classical dance performances there. Some of it derived from Odissi and other dance forms. I've of course seen Odissi full-fledged on Doordarshan in those days. But this will be the first live performance and I'm really looking forward to it. Ankita. Whenever I have interacted with her for about 5-6 years when she became the president of Northview chapter of Vibha, a little bit before that and later on as well after she had gone to Georgia Tech. Whenever I see her, two words come to my mind, beauty and grace. Beauty, we know where it came from the parents. And her grace she's so graceful. I've always wondered whether it is inherent, it came, or whether it is acquired from this most beautiful, graceful art form that Odissi is most known for. Right? So I've always wondered about that. But she's very graceful. And while going to Georgia Tech, we all know some of our kids may be going to Georgia Tech. It is very challenging. While being there, she still continued her dance form and brought to this stage of Mancha Pravesha. It is not a joke. I really commend her for that. So Ankita, we really look forward to your performance today. Now, also congratulate Praveer and Sibani. I know they must be really nervous now, but this is a very special day and a lot of your effort has gone into make this happen. Congratulations. And finally, I've said this in previous forums as well. Atlanta is truly blessed to have all these wonderful teachers in so many dance forms. So many of them have been doing this with selfless dedication to be, I think that it is as a tribute to the art form itself and to all the gurus, respective gurus. But we all are truly blessed to have all of you in our midst. We truly are blessed. And I hope Ankita and all the students will continue to enrich our future generations in their own way from what they have learned from these wonderful teachers. So with that, thank you very much.
We would like to invite our chief guests and other dignitaries to kindle the lamp to invoke the divine and make this evening a blessed one.
The dancer shall now ascend the stage to take blessings from her guru and parents. We request the parents of Ankita, Mr. Prabir and Ms. Sivani Das, and her grandmother, Mrs. Basanti Jesti, to please come to the stage. The Shishya, Ankita Das, is the oldest daughter of Sibani and Prabir Das. She grew up in Johns Creek, Georgia, and is currently a junior at Georgia Tech, majoring in chemical and biomolecular engineering. She has always been interested in dance growing up. Her first exposure to a classical dance form was Bharatanatyam when she was only 6 years old. Her teacher was Mrs. Shiva Ranganathan. She started learning Odissi when she was 8 from her guru, Mrs. Bikipta Panda. She has since performed for several years in various popular events in Atlanta and the Southeast as part of the Abhinaya Dance Academy. Other than classical dance, she enjoys many other dance forms and has been a part of the Satrangi dance team at Georgia Tech. She has been actively involved in community work with organizations like FEBA. She hopes to spread the art of Odissi among young people and inspire them to continue the tradition. Dances performed in the temples of the eastern state of Odisha, India. Dating back to the 1st century BC, it is one of the oldest surviving forms of dance and is based on the Natya Shastra, the ancient Sanskrit treatise on dance, theater, and music. Odissi is distinguished by its grace and charm, by the duality of fluid upper body movements with a firm footwork in the lower body. The dancer will be performing 3 items in the first half, followed by a 30-minute refreshment break. She then concludes the evening with the remaining 3 items.
The first item of the traditional Odissi repertoire is called Mangalacharan. The dancer enters to a shloka to Lord Jagannath, the deity of Odissi, so as to make their way to where he is traditionally placed on the stage. Upon offering to the deity and taking his blessing, the dancer goes to the center to dance the Bhumi Pranam, the prayer to Mother Earth, to ask for forgiveness for stepping on her. Following the shloka, the dancer then performs the Sabha Pranam in 3 parts, paying tribute to the gods, the gurus, and the audience. The dancer then exits the stage upon saluting the spectators of the presentation.
single chorus, which is composed of rhythmic syllables and repeated. In the choreography, the dancer elaborates the beautiful, sculpturesque postures of dancers derived from the walls of the temples of Odisha, holding various musical instruments, such as veena, sitar, mardala, two-sided drum, manjara, cymbal, bansi, flute, and abhimana, she who is in a sentimental mood. The piece traditionally will end with a rhythmic composition, or bol, before the dancer exits the stage.
item in which a raga is elaborated through eye movements, body postures, and intricate footwork. It differs from stai, with the movements being more abstract, which have no meaning but convey lalithya, the supple, fluid movement which Odissi is popular for. It starts with a slow, graceful, lyrical movement of the eyes, neck, torso, and feet, and slowly builds in a crescendo to climax in a fast tempo at the end. The name of the dance item is always based on the raga of the song accompanying it. Ankita did a beautiful job.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our first half of the program. So we'd like to take a short break for Ankita to have a wardrobe change, as well as offer our guests some light refreshments, so outside the doors. And we'll resume our second half right after the break.
Thank you, and proud of you, Ankita, for doing this, because it's not easy. I don't know how she manages to dance for 2 hours. 2 minutes is a big thing for us. But thank you for all the parents. Thank you for Shivani's mom, because it's a great feeling. Thank you for Masi, because it's a great feeling for the older parents or the grandparents to see. I remember 2 years back, my niece had this Mancha Pravesha and my mom was in tears. So I can believe how much emotions goes through it. And thank you for inviting us. With that, back to the beautiful MCs.
Thank you everyone for speaking. Anyone else want to say a word or two?
Hi, I'm one of Ankita's best friends. So a little bit about me, I did Bharatanatyam, but I did it till year 5 and I couldn't do my area trim. So watching her accomplish this is really emotional, because I know that every single day since January she's logged her food, she's logged her hours of working, and I know what it means to her. So watching her finally perform this, I'm just super proud of her. And dance doesn't just represent movement on stage, it represents discipline, and it represents a love for the guru, for your parents, for your friends, but also for the divine. And when you perform, there's no question. You don't think twice about why you're doing it, you just do, you must. And that's what you're seeing today. It's someone who's 20 years old who just had to do it. There was no question. Sorry.
Hello everyone, my name is Gautami Rao. Ankita is very dear to me because there is a reason there. The day I landed in Atlanta in my marriage party, she was the only kid here in Atlanta. And it's really amazing to see her growing up as a beautiful girl inside and outside, well, like parents, like kids. I'll wish Ankita congratulations and be blessed and happy. Looking forward to many more occasions like that, and we are really proud of you. Thank you.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed all the food. We do request everyone to please take their seats as we get ready to begin the second part of the program. And we want to remind everyone, please do not leave in between performances, as it does distract the dancer.
So for our next piece for this half of the program, Odissi Dance, when in its rawest form, is presented to traditional Oriya songs, whose tunings are preset from long ago. Lyrics and tunes are already established and related not only tales of Radha and Krishna, but the general hero and heroine who face similar situations. Odissi music was born from these tunes. Many Oriya poets in the last few centuries have created new works and would give their last stanza of their piece in acknowledgement. One such poet was the renowned Oriya Bhakti poet from 13th century, Banamali Das, presenting Kahin Kale Murali Pulka, written by Banamali Das.
कही गले कही गले पुरली जुवती रसिया कामिनी रंका कही गले पुरली जुवती रसिया कामिनी रंका कही गले पुरली त्रिभंगी भंगी रे मुरली बजाई त्रिभंगी भंगी रे मुरली बजाई रातु खाती आसो 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 राती कही गले मुरली जुवती रसिया कामिनी रंका कही गले मुरली गोपपुरी पशि गोपींक मन्दिरे दही दूध खाई क्षीरन्ति शिखा गोपपुरी पशि गोपींक मन्दिरे दही दूध खाई क्षीरन्ति शिखा गोपपुरी पशि गोपींक मन्दिरे दही दूध खाई क्षीरन्ति शिखा गोपपुरी पशि गोपींक मन्दिरे दही दूध खाई क्षीरन्ति शिखा गोपपुरी पशि गोपींक मन्दिरे दही दूध खाई क्षीरन्ति शिखा गोपपुरी पशि गोपींक मन्दिरे दही दूध खाई क्षीरन्ति शिखा गोपपुरी पशि गोपींक मन्दिरे दही दूध खाई क्षीरन्ति शिखा যমুনা কূলারে বস্ত্র চরি করি যমুনা কূলারে বস্ত্র চরি করি এই জলম্বরে বাঁধে পতাকা কহি গলে পুরলি যুবতী রাশিয়া কামিনী রঙ্কা কহি গলে পুরলি পাদপানি বঙ্কা নুপুরাহি বঙ্কা চূড়াহি বঙ্কা তাছাহানি বঙ্কা পাদপানি বঙ্কা নুপুরাহি বঙ্কা চূড়াহি বঙ্কা তাছাহানি বঙ্কা বঙ্কিম ধরে মুরলি বজাই বঙ্কিম ধরে মুরলি বজাই आसो 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 राधिका कही गले पुरली जुवती रसिया कामिनी रंका कही गले पुरली मीनवतारे सागर भितरे ब्रह्मांड छलारे मारिला शंका मीनवतारे सागर भितरे ब्रह्मांड छलारे मारिला शंका त्रेतया जुगरे राम अवतारे त्रेतया जुगरे राम अवतारे जानकी छलरे पुरिया लंका कही गले पुरली जुवती रसिया कामिनी रंका कही गले पुरली যমুনা কূলরে কদম্ব মূলারে হর গৌরী जीवनुका जमुना कूलरे कदम मुरारी हर गौरी जीवनुका बोले बनमाली से पादे शरण बोले बनमाली से पादे शरण घुरी घुरी तनु विनराधिका कहीं गले उड़ने युवती रसिया जमीनी रंगा 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 कहीं गले मुरली फूंका
Gita Govinda is a Sanskrit text written by 12th century poet Jayadeva from Odisha. The book comprises of stanzas traditionally written in Ashtapadis, or 8 stanzas with various meters. Its works are solely dedicated to Lord Vishnu and Lord Krishna. One of his most popular works, and the very first song in the book, is Dasavatar. Lord Vishnu, known as the Preserver, is known to take bodily manifestations, or avatars, from time and again, to eradicate evil forces which seem to threaten the existence of mankind. He is known to have incarnated into 10 avatars from Satyayug to Kali Yuga, which are as follows: Matsya, the fish; Katsya, the tortoise; Varaha, the boar; Narasimha, the man-lion; Vamana, the dwarf; Parashurama, the axe-wielding priest; Rama, the royal prince; Balarama, the plowbearer; Buddha, the enlightened one; Kalki, the mighty warrior. With sinuous poses, powerful stanzas, symbolic hand gestures, and dramatic expressions, Dasavatar, the 10 incarnations of Lord Vishnu.
क्षयन् भूपते
So if we can have another round of applause for that amazing performance. So while we wait, we just wanted to say a few words. So we're actually Ankita's roommates at college. And we just wanted to say how hard she's worked this whole semester balancing schoolwork. She puts aside time to practice dance every day, and it's amazing the dedication she has. So to see her perform today is really amazing to see all of her hard work come to life.
Yeah, so I have had the chance to know Ankita since my freshman year of college, and coming as an out-of-state student, Ankita and her family were the most heartwarming family that could have welcomed me to the state. Ankita has been an amazing dancer since she started. We mentioned that she's been a part of Satrangi. She's gotten to try a lot of hip hop over the last year, and seeing her bring everything back to her classical roots is truly awe-inspiring. She puts tireless work into school, spend time with her family, make time for friends. You never really see her not dancing around the apartment, whether it be like in between making meals or spending time with friends. She's genuinely a great person. And for her to reach the stage of not only her dance development, but her personal development is an amazing achievement. And we're really thankful to have gotten to know her over the years, and I really look forward to staying in touch.
So for the last piece, Mukhya is the conclusion item of a recital. It also means spiritual liberation or salvation. It represents a spiritual culmination for the dancer who soars into the realm of pure aesthetic delight. The dance moves onto a crescendo that is thrilling to both the eyes and the ears. The dance dissolves into nothingness with the deliverance of the soul in real life. The journey of the dancer now comes to an end, from Mangacharan depicting birth to Mukhya depicting salvation.
A final round of applause for Ankita. So we are now at the end of Mancha Pravesha. Odissi is an artistic discipline of high order, which embodies a dancer's devotion to God and the opening of her heart to beauty and joy, expressed through the high, stylistic, and graceful gestures of the body. It carries all important elements necessary to live life to its full glory: awakened mind, theme, and discipline. The achievement of Mancha Pravesha signifies more than an acquirement of certain skills in a performing art. It is a long immersion in the art and science of living. Two things were very distinct during the dance presentation: truth and beauty. Reverence for God is man's search for truth, and artistic works like dancing, his pursuit of beauty. Although truth and beauty may not seem significant in day-to-day living, they indeed are the most essential elements of human existence for keen minds. We end today's celebration in the words of English poet John Keats: "Beauty is truth, truth beauty. That is all. Ye know on earth and all ye need to know. Thank you."
We would like to welcome Ankita's parents, Mr. Prabir Das and Mrs. Sibani Das, and her guru, Mrs. Bikipta Panda, to please come on stage for the final segment of the evening and extend their vote of thanks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for coming. Most of you know me and my journey of Odissi so far. So I won't take too much time to introduce myself. I just wanted to say that growing up, when I was learning Odissi, I didn't even think I would come this far. It was a hobby, a pastime, something that my parents indulged me into, and even they took interest in. So, it was like a, how would I say, it's like an extracurricular activity like kids do nowadays. So I used to follow that like that. And every single time, there were some days that I didn't want to do, and then I would be like, no, I don't want to dance, I want to go out and hang out with my friends. And just when my guru was supposed to come for my dance classes. And I still remember those words when my mom used to say that you are saying no right now, but you will know the importance of this when you are a mom or you grow up. I'm like, oh well, we'll see about that. So, but I lost my parents when I was very young, so wherever they are, they're looking up at me, and I'm like, thank you mom, thank you dad. You knew this all along. I was just too ignorant to realize that. But it was all thanks to them and their effort and their dedication, and they did not give up on me no matter how much I craved or I didn't want to do this. They even pushed me to complete my masters, my graduations, and I was like, why do I need to do all this? But now I know the reason, the importance behind all of this. I came to US in 1999. I got married to my husband, Mr. Chinmay Panda. At that time, it was more recreational. Like I used to go to temples and venues just to perform, and people would be like, oh, we have an Odissi dancer, let's have it. But then gradually years go by, and then suddenly I'm like, it's just not like a pastime anymore. It is for me to showcase my heritage, my culture, that I had spent so many years training. So why not take it, beyond and further than just regular pastime? And then I was very fortunate, and then comes along little Anku in 2006, which was her first performance. And coincidentally, when we were all planning this, I didn't have any recollection of that. Go figure. I was like, I do not remember her first performance in 2006. I cannot remember even now when I'm talking to you. But yes, she did perform. Her first performance was at Ganesh Puja for Georgia Oral Society. And she didn't perform Odissi though, she performed Dalkhai, which is another form of folk dance of Odisha. And that was her first performance. And then after that, I think there was no, looking, beyond that. So I think after that, I think 2 years, she took a break. And she went ahead and, she was also training Bharatanatyam under her guru, because most of you know that I was going through a difficult phase in my life for those 2 years. And I was advised not to follow my passion, and then only when I'm all well, I can go ahead. And then I think in 2012 she resumed, and till today she's still a part of my group, and I cannot be more proud of her. Every single year, she takes time out from her hectic, schedule at Georgia Tech, and she comes and she dances, and she does an amazing job at that. I cannot be more proud of her, a girl who's born and brought up here. She still holds on to her values, her heritage, her art and culture, and I'm just, when I see her, I'm just like, it feels like I attained salvation through her. So it's like, whatever she did today, for the last 13 years she has been with me. I just got my Guru Dakshina. I don't need anything else. It's like, she brought me up here, and that's, all I can say. Thank you, Ankita, in believing in me and staying with me so far, and still, continuing to do so. And I hope tomorrow when you, go into your next phase of life, you go to a different state, you get married, you get settled down. I hope you don't give this up. I'm not saying, you have to dance every single time, but wherever you get a chance, don't, take that opportunity to showcase our heritage, our art, our culture, and just go ahead and follow your heart. Thank you so much. And I'd like to invite the star of the evening, Ms. Ankita Das. Please come on to stage.
Okay, fine. I'll go first then. Okay. Alright, so I thought that my parents were going to go first, but I guess not. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you in this audience for being here and witnessing this showcase that is so special and so very dear to my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. First of all, I have a round of thank yous to say to people. First of all, thank you to the MCs. I know people have said this before. They were amazing. So they said so themselves, but they are my college roommates and one of my closest friends in college. I wouldn't have made it this far without them. And I thought they did absolutely fantastic. I truly want to thank them for taking this task on. I know they might be nervous and nerve-wracking, but you guys did amazing. So another round of applause for them. I thought they did fantastic. Of course, thank you to my guru, Nithu Aunty, for aiding me in this wonderful, wonderful journey. In addition to building this solid foundation of Odissi in Atlanta, that is the Abhinaya Dance Academy, that is still growing, she's spent countless hours practicing just with me, just one student, and has helped me and guided me whenever I needed it. And a student's relationship, if anyone dances, a student's relationship with their teacher is super, super integral in learning a dance form, especially something that is as intricate as Odissi. So, again, I'd like to thank Nithu Aunty from the bottom of my heart. I could not have done anything without her. Of course, last but not least, thank you to my family, my parents, my grandmother, my siblings, my aunts, uncles, and my cousins, many of whom are in the audience here today. My parents, of course, have guided me through everything that I've done, but have been especially supportive with my close connection to Odissi and thus far to where I am today. Well before I could drive, they took the time out of their day to drive me to practice and spend many hours even watching me. And when I came home, they'd make sure that I learned the steps and went through everything, because sometimes when you're a kid, you're like, I learned it, whatever, it's end of the day, right? But they made sure, they sat me down and they said, okay, what did you learn today? Let's go through it. So I would not be standing in front of you if it wasn't for them, obviously. So, of course, thank you to them. Standing in front of you today, I really cannot believe my Mancha Pravesha is over. It's been a very, very long journey. This showcase is so very important to me. If anyone knows me, dance is my primary form of expression. For anyone, again, I dance whenever I get the opportunity to. So I love dancing with all of my heart and soul. Yet many people often don't know about the wonderful art that is Odissi. And growing up learning a dance form that not many of my friends or acquaintances knew about was a very interesting experience. Not a bad one, just a very interesting one, as many people know other wonderful dance forms such as Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, Kathak. That is why this showcase is so very important to me. It's hopefully the beginning of my mission, if you will, to spread awareness of the beauty of Odissi, not just in Atlanta, but hopefully in America. Obviously in India, all the dance forms are super strong, but when I come here, I've especially seen Odissi's influence a little less than the other ones, so I really want to bring that awareness forward, because I believe Odissi is a truly beautiful art form, and I would not have spent so many years learning this wonderful art form if it weren't for the intricacy that it is, and it's just so beautiful. I hopefully will be able to spread this more and then continue my mission, and especially in America where the Indian American population is growing and thriving, I hope this will grow even more. Again, thank you for being here and have a wonderful evening.
So Ankita, please go ahead and give the Guru, Ms. Bikipta Panda, something on our behalf. Well, you know, might I say that was the first time she actually did a namaste, or, you know. So, you know, this was a good opportunity, right? Well, you know, I had this part of the speech in the end, but I will say that, you know, we are extremely proud of Ankita. Today when we were sitting there and watching her dance, it was like watching somebody else, right? I mean, a dancer. She was my daughter, but, you know, yet we were watching somebody that was performing on stage and, you know, professionally. And of course, you know, that just filled us with pride. So I had to write down my vote of thanks because I'm forgetful. And I'm not very good, you know, at just speaking. I guess just I'll ramble off, so I wanted to make sure that I have, you know, something that I can speak to, right? So, so we want to take this opportunity to thank you all, first of all, for being here to celebrate Ankita's Manchapravesh. We are truly, truly blessed to have such wonderful friends and family. We want to first thank Vijay, who graciously accepted the role of our chief guest. We are truly honored to have you, Vijay. As well as the wonderful Vibha family that we have known for so many years, and Ankita has known the Vibha family for so many years, so thank you. We want to thank our guests of honor, Mrs. Leera Raval, Mrs. Hema Shilpa Opala, Mrs. Sridevi Ranjit, and Mrs. Monalisha Mahapatra for their support. Ankita is extremely fortunate to have such accomplished artists witness her perform. Thank you for all your blessings. I do want to mention that Mrs. Monalisha Mahapatra is also a Liza auntie and has been a huge support all these years. Special thanks to Mr. G.V. Rao for being kind enough to lend his amazing photography skills and taking the pictures for the evening. Thank you so much, sir. We also wanted to thank all our friends who are here to support Ankita. Most of them have known her since she was little. I mean, some, you know, even before she was born, they knew us and they've seen her, you know, being born and grow up. They've seen her grow over the years and have been always been a constant support. We're very fortunate to have such wonderful friends. Of course, we have our families to thank. You know, Sandeep and his family, as well as my mother-in-law, who are a constant support. my parents who adore Ankita and unfortunately could not be here because of health reasons. They are looking forward to all the videos and photos, and I've been reminded 15,000 times, make sure you get the videos and the photos for us. Thank you, Lena, Ankita's aunt, my cousin, who was able to come here with Kian, so that is very nice. We want to thank our wonderful hosts, Shruti and Yalini, the MCs of the evening, who have done such a fantastic job. A huge round of applause for you guys, really. We want to thank Parag for helping with audio. Knowing the perfectionist that he is, he came a week before to make sure everything is tested and in good order. So thank you for that. We want to thank Surjit and Aarti for helping, Amlan and everybody that helped in the food. Thank you so much. We want to thank Bepsi who did the decoration for the evening. She did a wonderful job, as you guys can see. So thank you for that. Also thank you to Gokul Dham and the staff who have done a fantastic job. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful venue as well. And finally, this one, I'll try to hold my composure while I say this. We want to thank Ankita's guru, of course, Mrs. Bikipta Panda. Yeah, no, this has to come from us, right? So, we want to thank her from the bottom of our hearts for making this day possible for us. Honestly, we wouldn't have been able to dream of this day without her. Ankita is truly blessed to have Bikipta not just as a guru, but more like a family member. Someone that Ankita has known as Nitu Auntie since she was a little child. She's been extremely generous in sharing her valuable time and knowledge, teaching the intricacies of this beautiful dance form, Odissi. No words are enough to express our profound gratitude for Bikipta for all she has done for Ankita. Thank you so much.
I could reflect myself as a kid in her. I could see my journey in her journey too.
And finally, it is so wonderful to stand in front of you, all these familiar faces that we've known for so many years, and we have met in all, different walks of life, but they're all, have always constantly supported us, supported Ankita. I don't get tearful easily, but I'll try to control, but I'm telling you, this is wonderful, guys. Thank you so much. And, so right now, okay, I will give it over to Ankita for taking pictures and taking everybody's blessings. Okay, so.
And finally, the moment we are all waiting for to honor the star of this evening. So being her guru, and I am her guru, and at the same time I am her auntie too. So I'm gonna give her the trophy, of course, from Abhinay Dance Academy. Plus, I have a very special gift for you as Neetu Auntie. So please, girls, if you can just come.
So right now it's, you guys, we can go to the stage and give Ankita blessings. I know you guys have all blessed her all through this evening, but, and take pictures. So, thank you. Also, I want to let everybody know that when you leave, we have some refreshment stuff that we want to make sure that everybody gets while they leave. So just don't leave yet while you go. We want to make sure that you get your refreshment box. Thank you.
On LinkedIn.
So, you know, when you meet with her, if you want to say something, that, you know, the mic is here, so it's all yours.